Good afternoon on what is a mild, bright and sunny day. It is Friday the 28th of February and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. All I've got in here is the Playbook by James Shapirothe, a story of theatre, democracy and the making of a culture war. So, 1935. As part of President Franklin D. Roosevelt's Progressive New Deal, the Works Progress Administration is created to support unemployed workers, including writers, artists, musicians and actors. The Federal Theatre Project, a major part of that programme, begins to stage critically acclaimed, subsidised and groundbreaking productions across America, including Orson Welles' directorial debut, a landmark modern dance programme, and shows that sought to tell the truth about racism, inequality and the dangers of fascism. 1938, an opportunistic Texas Congressman, Martin Dees, head of the newly formed House of Un-American Activities Committee, formed basically 15 years prior to Joseph McCarthy taking over, successfully targets the Federal Theatre Project, exploiting rising tensions over communism and creating a new political playbook based on the sensationalism, misinformation and fear, a playbook that has proved instrumental in our current culture wars. For one of the world's greatest storytellers, the playbook is an invigorating reenactment of a terrifying, prescient moment in 20th century American cultural history. So this is another book which we kind of feel could benefit from photographs, but has them. So we've got a list of the author's bibliography. And definition of a playbook. Essentially a book containing the scripts of a dramatic plays, a series of tactics frequently employed by one engaged in a competitive activity. Then we have the contents page, and it does have photographs. So here we have the Federal Theatre's portable theatre set up in 1986, basically facing the preface, and then we dig into the playbook, and then we have Martin Dees, Chairman, House Un-American Activities Committee, 1938. Basically a figure I'd not come across. And the first question it asks is Marlowe, presumably Christopher Marlowe, a communist? Which is an interesting question, given the fact that Marlowe, by 1938, had been dead for 350 years. So we switch back in time. We've got the creation of the Federal Theatre. Big event at the opening of Macbeth. And we have a census poster. It can't happen here, going national. And this is basic production based upon Sinclair Lewis's novel of the same name, which was essentially at the time a warning from history, as it were, prior, or basically during the rise of the Nazis in Germany, and looking at whether or not it could happen in the United States, because there were certainly fascist sympathisers in the United States. I mean, as there were in the United Kingdom. It's actually the Silver Shirts, I believe they were known as, and there were German sympathisers as well. So you have the mix of that there, and Sinclair Lewis's sort of like novel looked at sort of like what happened if they got power. And yeah, that's very prescient of today's situation, to be fair, and also looks at radical dance. So yeah, and then how the Federal Theatre, the arts programme, riled Congress. And how how the programme also confronted racism, but here we have Congress moving against it with the creation of Dee's committee. And this is where the committee begins to campaign against the theatre. And how it brought the federal theatre to an end. And what happened afterwards. So actually got quite a lengthy after section, including acknowledgements and a biographical essay. Sorry, it's actually bibliographic essay, actually, it's not biographical essay, so that's listing all of the books and so on. That's actually quite a lengthy section, so let's just... So most of that after section is the bibliographic essay. We also got the index and author's flyleaf blurb. So yeah, that is an interesting, I think, look at essentially sort of like an anti-cultural drive from conservative politics against the left. And it's sort of something that is sort of prescient today, unfortunately. But this will be an interesting read in terms of to actually go back and see sort of where it was conducted first, and also sort of like see the foundations of the House Committee on Un-American Activities. In the meantime, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing book or game or role-playing game, supplemental scenario, in this case a history of essentially an early cultural clash, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.